Good day, everyone. And today we'll be looking at a very, very important topic. In our Excel, we want to create a multiplication table as well. We also want to create the CGPA calculation. We want to create a model. At the same time, we'll be looking at a very simple equation, the Pythagoras Theorem, with respect to triangle. So let's jump to our Excel workbook straight away. Okay, so this is our Excel workbook, and this is the first sheet we'll be using. So I'll start it one. I type one. I type two. So since I want 1 to 12, I'll just drag this down. Okay, then I'm going to click on this fill series so that I have my 1 to 12. Then I'm going to copy this, Control C. I want to paste it here, but I want to paste it to be in the row format. So I'll come here, that's paste special, then I'm going to click transpose. So we have it here. So okay, click escape. So what we want to do now is we want to multiply 1 by 1, 1 by 2, and it continues like that. So I'm going to start with this equals 1 times, that's shift 8 times 1. So but before I press enter, I need to put some dollar sign here. So I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to press F4. At times, some other keyboard could require that you press function F4, but my own keyboard require that I press just F4, and that's fine. Okay, so after pressing the first F4, I have a dollar sign before A and before 3. This telling me that for this particular cell, this A3, I've locked the column, then I've also locked the rows. But what I want is that I want to lock the column, and I okay, I want to lock this column, but I want to release this row, so it will be increasing like that. So the dollar sign should be behind A. Okay, yeah, behind A, not behind the 3. So I'll click the F4 again. No, this is not what I want. Then okay, this is what I want now. I want to lock this column A, but release this row. So I have that here. So I'll go to B2. Okay, for B2, I want to lock this particular row. That's 2 row, but I'm going to be releasing the columns so that it will be changing as it is moving. So I'm going to click on F4 once, then I'll click on 8 the second time. After clicking second time, you can see the um okay, you can see that the dollar sign is behind 2 now. So it means that I'm locking this row, but I'm releasing the column. Then I'm going to click on my enter. After clicking on enter, we have this. So for me to verify, I'm going to drag this here, then drag it down as well. Yeah, and it works fine. We can see 12 times 12 is 144, as you can see here. For 10, yeah, 10 times 10 is 100. So this is working fine. So that is how to do that. If you drag to your right and you drag down, and this does not give you this appropriate formula, it means that you're referencing here, you are not doing the right referencing, the relative referencing that you ought to do. So we'll move straight down to our CGPA. Okay, firstly is that this we are using the 5 grade points. So these are the scores. If you have 70 and above is 100, and these are other grade. 39, 40, 39 and below is F. So so these are maybe the CGPA. When you have that above 4.5, 4.5 and above is first class and all. This is the formula we'll be using eventually. So we're going to be starting with the course. Let's say we have 8 courses. Okay, these are picked for me, field series, very good. So then the unit of the courses, let's say we have the first one is 3, next 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, some courses can be 1 unit, some can even be 0 units. Yes, so okay, these are the units of the courses. Now let us put in the score of the student. Let's say it has 75 there, 66 here, 56 here, 49 here, 41 here, 39 here, 90 here, and 66. Okay, let's say 62 here. Okay, so now these are the scores of the student. Now I want to get the grade. I can manually do that. Okay, 76 is within 70 and 100. Then I put A here. Yes, okay, 66 is within 60 and this, and I put B, but that's not what I want to do. I want to be a little bit effective, so I'm going to use a nested if. So you have to follow me and be careful with this. So I'm starting with if. I'll type in if, then I click on my tab, or you don't click on that. It says the first logical test. The first logical test is that this score, if this score is less than 40, then I press my comma. It said value if true, what should be there? If it is less than 40, it is F already. So I'm going to click on, I put my parenthesis F, then I close it, then comma. It say value if false. So I'm going to put another if, then press my tab. So the other if says that if this same value is less than 45, put my comma. It's telling me if it is less than 45, it means that that value will be E. Yes, E. Yeah, then I put my comma again. I put another if this same value is less than 50 now. Yes, if it is less than 50, put a comma, and that is yeah, that's D. Then close my parenthesis, another comma if it is less than, okay, if the score, I have to click this. If this is less than 60 now, then comma, put the parenthesis, then that will be C, close the parenthesis, comma, another if statement. Yes, if this score is less than 70 this time, is less than 70, put a comma. If it is less than 70, open your parenthesis, that's B. So I don't need to put another if now. Put a comma, value if true. That means if it is not less than 70, it is greater than 70, obviously, and that is A. So I'll just put my parenthesis, A, parenthesis, then I'll close the bracket, shift 0, then another shift 0. You can see as I'm closing the bracket, it's telling me the corresponding bracket that I'm closing. Yeah, like the opening one, can see that. Yeah, it closed that, then it closed the last one. Press my enter. So from here, it's telling me that 76 following that criteria falls under A. So I'm going to drag down. This is being smart. You can see 66 fall under B, 56 fall under C, that's correct. This fall under D, that's F. This 39, it fall under F. Then this A, and that's B, that's correct. So now another thing that we need to do now is that this grade that we've used nested if for, each of them we have a point. So if you have A, you have 5. If you have B, you have 4. If you have C, you have 3. If you have D, you have 2. If you have E, you have 1. If you have F, you have 0. If you have A, you have 5 again. If you have B, you have 4. And that's good. So now I want to look at the grade point for the student. Calculating the grade point, what we need to do is the point of the student here, we are going to multiply it by the unit of the scores of each of the courses. So we have equals this multiply shift 8 by this. Yes, so this is what is known as relative referencing. Just drag it down, then it's going to be doing the corresponding ones. You can see 4 times 4 is 16. Even if you press it, you can see next one. If I press 4 times 3, it's giving us that, and that's correct. So now we're almost done with our CGPA. We need to get the total of these and get the total of these, then we divide them by each other. From our formula, the summation of the points the grade point here divided by the summation of the units. So I can do this in so many ways. I can have equals, then I put sum. I'm going to press my tab, and I'm going to drag from here to here, and that's 20. But in another effective way, shortcut, is I'm going to press alt equals alt equals. Alt equals will just look around that particular cell and see a range of number that it can add, and that's okay. Yes, and we're going to do the same thing for here. Alt equals, yes, and that's fine. So our GP, now will be equals these divided, put a division sign, divided by 20, and that's equal. So the student have a GPA of a 2.95. Where does that fall? Okay, this second class lower. Yes, yeah, that's second class lower. So that's how to calculate CGP. This is for a semester. You can calculate for another semester. You can just copy all these. Yeah, this is a model. Just copy it, then paste it here. Control V. After pasting it, then you can then you input all what you want to input there. Okay, you can copy everything, copy the formula. So when you want to paste, okay, Control C, copy like this. So if you want to paste, you come to paste special, you paste the formula there, so that whenever you are working, the formula will be working in corresponding. Then you have your second semester. Then after that, you can divide the grade point for first semester and second semester for you to have the CGPA, and that is fine. So that is how to calculate CGPA with respect to that. So let's go to Pythagoras theorem. This is a right angle triangle. We use the Pythagoras theorem for right angle triangle. The longer one, the bent one, is the hypotenuse, that's the C. This is hypotenuse. Yeah, this can be opposite or this, any of them. So let's choose this A as our own adjacent and this as our own opposite. So the formula says that hypotenuse square is equal to adjacent square plus b square, that's opposite square. So um, let's assume that we have 2 here in our hypotenuse, we have 3 here in our opposite. So our opposite is 2, our adjacent is 3. So adjacent 3, opposite 2. So our hypotenuse will be equals to this raised to power, that's shift 6 raised to power 2, then plus that shift equal sign this, and that is a shift 6 raised to power 2. Fine, so this is what we have, but the formula is not yet complete. Okay, so after having this is not the end of the formula. We need to get the square root, because this is c squared, so we need to convert this to square root. So to get square root, just put equals sqrt. You have that. Press your tab. Square root of both. Square root of this 13 number and your equal also. So this is the value of your hypotenuse here. So okay, we can actually be a bit smarter with this by just inputting the square root function directly. So here I'm going to start with equals to sqrt. Okay, so sqrt of what we want to find. We want to find out of this, and this have to be raised to power, that shift 6 plus shift equal sign this raised to power 2. You can close the bracket, you may not. And fine, you can see we're having the same thing. This is wrong because we've inputted the formula there. So this is what we are having here. So if you have another, okay, this is our model. So if you have another formula that has maybe hypotenuse opposite to be 4 and adjacent to be 5, okay, another one has opposite to be 6, adjacent to be 7, another one has opposite So this is your model. So what you need to do is just drag, and you're going to add the value of your hypotenuse here. The decimal places are too much, so um I'll just close the decimal places, and that's fine. And that is how to get your um that's how to do Pythagoras theorem using your Excel sheet. So I believe that we can also do so many other models. Can do so many other models and so many other formula using your Excel sheets. And you're going to use maybe your referencing, and you use so many other if statements as the case may be. So thank you very much and do have a lovely day. So I want to advise that you can also pause the video and you practice on your own, because with practice you are going to perfect the usage of Excel. Thank you and have a lovely day. Thank you everyone.